Hey guys, welcome back to the Footy Boy ZA. We are back with another one. I'm showing you guys what I support locally. This is my first team, my first love, even though it disappoints me so much. But yeah, we're back with another video. I have my boys with me. I have Siyanda.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen?
And I also have Timba.
You know what it is. Say it with me. The champions.
Lenka, every video, come on, bro. Okay. Glad to have you guys back with us. Glad to be with the boys. Hope you guys enjoy the video. What we're gonna be talking about this time are the three big games to watch and why for match day 33 in the Premier League and match day 44. And so, yeah, gentlemen, let's get into this conversation. Match day 33. Which games are we supposed to watch and why? Temba, start with you.
All right. Gameweek 33 is quite the interesting one. We are seeing a lot of battles between the mid-table teams and also between the guys up top and the guys at the bottom. So it's going to be a very interesting one. But my top three games to watch: Chelsea versus Watford. I feel like both teams have a lot to play for. Chelsea are still trying to make sure that they keep their place in the top four, so they'll be needing a win. Watford is trying to ensure that they stay up because they're still a part of the relegation battle, so they'll be fighting for a win. So it's going to be quite interesting. But I'll give Chelsea a win in this game, as much as Lampard's boys at home haven't been the best. I feel like since they come back from a really embarrassing loss, they're gonna want to prove a point and they're gonna play well. Pulisic has really been brilliant, so I think he's gonna be able to drag the team to a win. The next one will be Spurs versus Everton. That's another one, a big mid-table clash, I think. Well, let me not say big, but I think for Spurs particularly, they're still trying to get into those European spots, which I still think they can do, but Everton are very unpredictable. So it's a bit of a tricky one. And I think I'll give that game a draw. It's going to be a very beautiful draw. David Luiz is going to be giving us champagne passes, as Siyanda likes to say. But that's where it's all going to end. I feel like Everton has been more disciplined in terms of their defense, just from the previous games that I've been watching. So they're going to give Arsenal some problems. And they're able to get goals. They're able to defend well in terms of keeping the structure and the shape. But Arsenal as well, they're looking like they're on the up. But I think they're going to somewhat neutralize each other. So it's going to be a beautiful draw. And then Wolves versus Arsenal would be the other game to watch for Game 33. Another big humdinger in terms of a mid-table team clash fighting for Europe. In all honesty, it's going to be a tough one. But as much as it pains me to say, Arsenal are probably going to get the win here. Wolves, without a doubt, brilliant ballers. But from what I've been seeing from Arsenal, especially the last few games, there's something right that's starting to happen. And hopefully that the momentum that they have can carry them well into getting a win in this Game Week 33. So for Game Week 33, that's what I have.
Okay, thanks, Cranker. Sounds good. Siyanda, what do you got?
Interesting take there from Cranker. Funny, when I was looking at the thing, obviously I was comparing fixtures with position on the table. And I think the two most comfortable teams right now that I can see who are happy with the position and who could probably afford to go down a little bit are probably Burnley and Sheffield, given their position. So, my thing. But the easy one is all the fixtures from number 3 downwards and number 16 downwards are interesting. So basically, I mean, this is part of scraping the bottom of the barrel, but I think Brighton and Norwich is going to be. I mean, Brighton's still trying to fight to stay out of the relegation. I hope they lose. I don't know what's going to
I hope you get relegated.
happen. But I also think, purely for the sake of Arsenal storyline, I think Crystal Palace Leicester is a big one and Manchester, basically all those fixtures from Saturday after Brighton and whatnot, because results are going to determine movement in the mid, or at least in the Champions League positions. And then on the Sunday, oof, those are. I mean, I think it's hard for me to say on any picture on any fixture on Sunday is really special because Newcastle's a little bit comfortable. West Ham is fighting obviously to stay and stop, but I'm just going to stick with all the fixtures on Saturday that are really a humdinger for me. I know it's four.
Which one? Wait, which one is your main? Well, which one are the three? Give us the three again. It's Chelsea,
four.
Watford.
Chelsea, Watford, Arsenal, Wolves, Arsenal. I mean
Oh, okay.
Manchester, Bournemouth, and
Okay.
and Palace, Leicester.
And
Because
Norwich, Brighton.
yeah, but I was just saying that's the bottom of the barrel. The real
Okay.
ones are the ones fighting for European positions there.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. I have three games as well. I have Norwich, Brighton. Just feel like that's a big game. It's a big game because I mean, who gets to keep earning money? Who gets to, getting that TV deal? Everyone will fight for their lives in that game. And so I think Norwich, Brighton, big game. I'm gonna go with probably an unpredictable one, Leicester Palace. And I say Leicester Palace because uh, you'd probably disagree with me because Palace is 12th. But the reason I think it's a big game and a game to watch is to see whether Leicester can bounce back. Leicester are currently they don't have a victory since we came back, and so they've only picked up 2 points, two draws in the three games they've played. So I really think that's a big game to watch. Just hoping to see what Brendan Rodgers can do and whether these guys can bounce back. The last game I have, I think, is obvious. It's Arsenal Wolves. That's probably the biggest game of the game week. Fighting for the same position. Um, yeah, interesting to see where it will be. Siyanda, you said you guys haven't played home. I think this will be your first game back.
No, we just
Um,
played. We played home this weekend. It'll
oh, you
probably be
just played home. Okay,
this
so it's
one's
your
going to be
second.
away. No,
It's your
this one's
second.
away.
Oh, it's away.
Yeah,
Ooh, at the
no way. And
Molyneux.
Wolves, boy.
At the Molyneux. Okay, so my predictions are. Uh, I mean, I'm hoping for a draw, so that no one moves up. But if I were to think about which team will probably win, I'm sorry, Siyanda, but I think Wolves is gonna beat you guys.
I think
Um,
Bournemouth is going to be. I'm just playing.
and then I think Palace should realistically they should comfortably beat Palace. But I don't know. Leicester, I mean, should beat Palace. But I don't know with the way they've been playing. I have no idea whether they'll be able to do it or not. And then Norwich Brighton, that's a tough one. I think it's going to be a draw. I don't have Norwich winning any of their games they have remaining, and so I gave
you,
like with the other prediction, I already gave them a draw, so I think it will be a draw.
I think we must give Norwich some credit, Chandler, because didn't you guys go to extra time with them and then they played us like a day or two later? I think this week was a tough one.
I know, but I just don't see them winning, bro. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they're gonna get a draw. I think they're gonna get
Let's
a draw.
see. Is there any chance
Anyway,
of their survival? Nah.
No
nah,
way.
there's
There's no
absolutely
way
no
Wolves
chance.
survive. No way.
I'm just
Okay,
trying to see if there's
okay,
anything to play for.
okay, Cranker, give us match day 34.
All right, Matchday 34. My top three games to watch. Arsenal versus Leicester. It's going to be a big game. But obviously, as I said, small teams they're going to get exposed. So Leicester's going to get a W for this one. Um, the next fixture, Sheffield versus Wolves. That's going to be another big game. especially in the fight for Europe. But I feel like Wolves are gonna have a slight edge over Sheffield. In all fairness, Sheffield have really performed well at home. But also at the same time, Wolves are they're just able to upset, they're able to unravel, they're able to unlock on a good day. So yeah, it's going to be a tricky fixture, but as
Quick
much as
question,
I want,
Cranker.
yeah,
Do
yeah,
you think Sheffield wants to play Champions League, guys?
I don't think they have aspirations for Champions League, but they
Oh, I mean,
definitely see
Europe.
themselves playing in Europe.
Europe, yeah.
Uh, yeah, I mean, if any team wants to play in Europe, no matter how big or small I may be seen, I want to play on that stage because that way I attract more money, I attract more players. It's an easy one for me. But even though I think Wolves will have a slight edge, I'm gonna call it a beautiful draw. It's gonna be a beautiful draw. Maybe with a goal or two or no goals, but it's gonna be a beautiful draw. And then my last game to watch would be Aston Villa versus United. I feel like United are bound to take an L from one of the relegation battle teams. And I think Villa are going to do the job. I feel like Grealish is going to be playing for a contract, and he's going to show up against the one team that might offer him a contract. Yes, defensively, they have problems. Without a doubt, they've got problems. But if anything, when you play against the big teams, you have a tendency to want to be more disciplined because you know all the eyes are on you, and they're also in a relegation battle. So at that point, they either might be in a position where they have hope, or they might be in a position where they might feel like, okay, there's no way we're getting out of this. But I feel like they'll be in a good position to be seeing a way out still, and playing against United will be the confidence boost they need. And yeah, if United might have an injury or two, we hope not, but we'll see if the Bruno and Pogba partnership will still be able to do well
if they're not injured.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my take in terms of Gameweek 34 top games to watch.
Yeah. I mean, Cranker, just to highlight that, I think because it's not on my list, so I have to respond to what you said. We did draw with Villa at Old Trafford earlier on in the season, and Grealish did score a really good goal against us. But I think here's the difference for me between the circumstances in that game and this one. In most games when teams play United, that's why I think we could probably do well in these last few games. When teams play against United and they're not really fighting for anything, then they sit. And to be honest, those are the teams we struggle the most to beat. But the situation now is that Villa has to attack. They have to try get all 3 points, and I think that's going to be the distinguishing factor. The fact that we're on form, and the fact that they can't sit back the whole game. It's not realistic, and I think we're probably one of the best counter-attacking teams right now in the league. So
it's just a matter of time until Pogba fakes another injury and says he wants to go to Madrid. So we're just waiting on that one.
Yeah, that's out of our hands. It's true. It's true. It's out of our hands. Okay, the 3 games I have: Arsenal, Leicester. I'm not gonna be as confident as Cranker to say that Arsenal will lose that game. And the reason I say that is because I think Leicester, like I'm saying, Leicester only has 2 points from the last 3 games. And so if they do well against Palace, then that might be a good game. That might be like a really good game. It might be tight. But if Palace manage to beat Leicester, then it's going to be issues because Arsenal is going to beat them. But then again, that depends on whether Arsenal would have beaten Wolves or not. So I think momentum plays a huge part in at the end of the season, and so I don't want to ignore that. I don't want to ignore that. So if Leicester do well and Arsenal do well in the games in Matchday 33, then I think we have a really, really exciting contest up. But if not, if Leicester don't do well, especially, then I think Arsenal beats them. The second game I have is Sheffield Wolves, uh, playing for the same position, like I'm saying, and I hope Sheffield win that game because Wolves is too tight behind us. Just give us some breathing room there. Um, and then I have Watford Norwich. I'm gonna like seeing those teams at the bottom really try to give their all at the end of the season. Every point counts, so you know a lot of them will be fighting for draws. Um, so
Hmm.
I think it might be a draw. I see how a lot of teams in because it's so tight at the bottom, you can get all draws and you can make it out. Um, so I think both of them will be pretty cautious. Watford probably attacking more. I don't really see Norwich going anyway, to be honest. So maybe Watford edge them on this one, but yeah, it's going to be an
Yeah,
exciting game either way. Watford have to play for it, or Norwich, I guess, might have to play for pride, especially if they lose to Brighton. They might have to play for pride, but yeah, who knows?
yeah,
After
no,
because after that you still have 4 more games. Anything can happen.
Anything.
yeah. For me, honestly, there's no way I'm watching a single Norwich game because those guys are just gonna take L. So there's no fun in me watching any
Yeah,
of their games. There's no fun
yeah.
in me watching any of their games.
No,
But
it's gonna be nice to see the other teams really try beat them and them saying we can't just go out with L's, man. We have to get a W somewhere. I don't have them winning any of their games from uh when we resumed from lockdown to the end of the season. I have them having a couple of draws here and there. And so it's gonna be interesting. It will be really surprising and maybe even pleasant for them to beat one of the relegation fighting sides as well, either Brighton or Watford.
So you're basically saying 0 from 6, 0 points, or at least some draws there, no wins,
Who?
no H.
I'm trying to know which is going to lose, bro. Just look at all the games they have left.
I see. It's not easy, but I'm smelling somebody getting a sucker punch somewhere here,
So I
and I'm
mean,
gonna
I
go Chelsea.
I'd,
Chelsea
I'd
to get
probably
punched in the mouth.
I'd probably agree with you if they had something to fight for. But I think we're all in agreement that Norwich is going down. So
For
that
sure.
that makes it more difficult. If
Yeah.
if they were in a position where Brighton is in, West Ham is in, Watford is in, where it's like we're tight, but we can still make it, I see them doing more. But I mean, these last 3 games they've been playing has just been sucky, man. I'm just like So,
That's true.
but yeah. So any other final thoughts before we close off, guys?
Well, I haven't given my week 4 or 34.
34. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
My
yeah,
bad.
I'll be quick though. I think you guys have definitely made me aware of the interest in the bottom battle there between Brighton and Bournemouth. It's anything goes there. It's still wide open. So, but definitely. So basically, the Wolves Sheffield game is definitely a big one there. I also would like a draw or drop points. Ish, but Sheffield's also going to be pushing. So yeah, whatever there. And then I think Arsenal, Leicester, obviously,
Hmm.
and then
You think you guys beat Leicester?
for sure at home, it's called the Old Fortress, the Emirates. It's a fortress. I know we've been trash, but not at the Emirates. It's away. It's away that's a problem, and it feels like we have more away games than anybody else. But I know that's obviously it can't be, but it feels like it.
you
Um,
better prepare the trampoline for Bamiyang.
Chana, did you not see? Did you not see what he said? He said he already said that he wants to stay. He must just do the right thing at Arsenal. Anyway,
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
what's your final game?
oh, so for some reason it feels like because of the investment I have in the battle for Europe, I want to see something between Crystal Palace and Chelsea. And I don't know, in recent memory, it feels like Crystal Palace is always causing upsets in this Premier League. And I think this game week is going to be Chelsea and Crystal Palace doing it. Crystal Palace always manages to come in right in there when you need that W to say, nah. So we're going to do the right
So
thing.
I think with Chelsea, it's an interesting thing. I think Chelsea have already been a part of 2 upsets, and so I don't know if there are going to be many more upsets after that. they beat City. That, to me at least, that was an upset, and then they got beat by West Ham. So,
Punch in the mouth. I watched
so
the
I
game
don't
and
know.
West Ham was so horrible to watch, dude. So horrible
I
to watch.
know. I don't know. I don't know. Someone in the comments tell me where that Brazilian guy they have. What's his name again?
William.
I don't know where he is. No, West Ham.
Wesley.
West Ham.
Oh,
Oh.
Anderson. Not
And
Anderson.
yeah, where is he? Felipe
Mike
Anderson.
No, he was in the thingy, the last game. He was part of the squad, but he
Wait, I
just
think I
happened
might
to
have
be.
saw him play for another team, guys.
No
No,
way.
no, no,
Might
no,
have been dreaming.
No
Might have been on
way.
FIFA.
no,
Might have
no,
been
no.
on FIFA.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's hear which games you guys are excited to watch. In the comments below. So like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon, get notifications when the videos come out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Any last words from the boys?
Watch Arsenal. If you want to buy into the Premier League, watch these last few games. It's really an incredible story. Incredible story.
Yeah. From my side, I'll just say, get excited to see Liverpool thrashing everyone once again. We're gonna have to recover from that 4-0 loss, and that means we win everything that's left.
Yeah. Welcome to how champions are treated in the Premier League. People beat. So I'm glad you guys got baptized in your first game. So slow down the party a little bit. But anyway, I hope United carry on with the momentum. I hope a lot of good things come. I think realistically, I don't think it's crazy of me to think we could still go undefeated looking at the games. But yeah, it's a Premier League. Anything can happen, especially playing teams right at the bottom. So yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Share the video with your friends. And hopefully we're gonna have a few of you guys on the show soon, so you guys can also come and share your opinions. So yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao.
Shop.